The Telecom Secretary. Joining me now for a reaction is Pankaj Mohindroo, the Chairman of the Cellular and Electronics Association. Mr. Mohindroo, always a pleasure. Thanks very much for joining us. Well, we were awaiting the details that the government has now cleared the 12,200 crore rupee PLI scheme for telecom equipment. Scheme is awaited for laptops and tablets, according to the minister, details of which will be announced later. But on the back of the incentives that have been provided for as part of this PLI scheme, what do you make of it?
I think, Sheeren, now this is relentless because it has sunk into the DNA of that these are not expenditures. They are just, they are front-ending revenue. They are front-ending investments. And a secular movement to build PLIs because of the historic mobile PLI, which had such a great response. I think this is sunk in, and I wish this sector well, because it's been a huge laggard in manufacturing. And manufacturing over the years in this sector has just shrunk. We had reasonable telecom equipment manufacturing, and now a certain country has completely overtaken us in manufacturing. So the scheme is very deft. It's a very deft scheme. It recognizes that, there are in the definition of MSMEs, there are in India who have aspirations, and they can be very smart and very innovative companies. Some of them will emerge as global champions in this category, because equipment is a lot to do with software now, where we have massive skills. This is also going to be a major center for global telecom equipment manufacturing. The targets are, if you compare with mobile phones, they are obviously, more modest, because the market size itself is much smaller. But it's a very, very good beginning, and we will see a lot of more development and research, and India emerging as a strong player in telecom equipment. So I'm absolutely delighted.
Okay, so positive reaction coming in there. But just in terms of the quantum of the incentives, between 6 to 7% down to 4% in the final year, which is the fifth year of the PLI scheme, enough on the table?
Sheeren, why are you calling it an incentive? This is an investment into the future of the nation. Is it an incentive?
The government is calling it an incentive.
Okay, I think there's a huge mind which is happening, and you are in the forefront of that mindset change, driving it relentlessly. So I just refuse to even listen to this word incentive. These are just simple investments in India's future, and investment into the future revenue generating capacity of the government. In terms of directly and indirectly, the jobs created, the magic it does to the economy, what we have seen, what we have witnessed in China and Vietnam, even Bangladesh, and we were missing the manufacturing bus, and now it has seeped in. So it's not an incentive, first of all. It's an investment into the future.
I get the larger point that you're trying to make, but in the context of what you said of missing out, on the opportunity previously, do you believe that this is going to be enough to make us more competitive and draw in the dollars, etc., that's required?
See, this is a catalyst. It's a very important catalyst. There is a lot more which has to be done. The ease of doing business, how this scheme, because the mindset of DOT has been of collecting revenue, and is a mindset of a licensor. So it will be very important that the people who deal with it have the right mindset. We have the right leadership, and the committee which will work on it will have to have the right mindset, and the right motivation and the right encouragement. Not only this particular PLI investment scheme, but the other schemes also, horizontally we'll have to do a lot more, like ease of doing business, how we calibrate and improve on our, for example, the GST administration, the GST structure. We pull, whatever is still embedded in the tax system, like electricity and transportation, etc. That gets subsumed in GST, or the right ROTTEP is created. So we have to chip away at all the other disabilities. The mindset, the disability in our mindset,
and on many of
major
those,
one.
Yes, and those disabilities, many of those, we're still awaiting clarity. For instance, as far as the ROTTEP rates are concerned, notification is still awaited. Pankaj Mohindroo, many thanks for joining us with a quick reaction on the Cabinet's decision to clear the 12,200 crore rupee PLI scheme for telecom equipment.